What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another awesome episode of Hyper Vibe. Welcome. What's up, D? What's going on, brother?
It is what it is, man. It's trying to
Is
get
what
through
it
it.
is.
It is
Nice.
what it is, man. It is what it is.
Well, listen, we got lots to talk about this week,
We
folks.
do.
We got lots going on, man. We got that Lobo thing going on with Jason Momoa, whether you love him or hate him, Aquaman, whatever, man, Superman, whatever. He's doing his thing, trying to just be every character in DC, I guess, but that's his deal. We got news about C2E2 coming up, so listen, stay tuned. It's gonna be good. Anyway, let's get into this. First thing I want to talk about. So there's this guy called Bry's Comics. He's got a YouTube show. He's out there. And I found this interesting for people who care about, we always see Whatnot making these special packs and the X-Men 97, the Marvel 2024. They just came out with the Captain America pack. And as I wouldn't call them cliche because I enjoy them, but as novelty as they are, I always wondered, how do you even get into making those packs? What goes into making these packs? And lo and behold, our dude Bry over here on YouTube actually went into the actual cost analysis breakdown on a spreadsheet on what it cost him. And listen, viewers, you're going to be surprised with this. He didn't make that much money. He didn't make that much money.
He spent a ton. He spent a ton of money. I don't recall exactly, the breakdown, what it did. But, to me, at the end of the day, as much work as he was talking about that he actually put into it, that juice was not worth the squeeze. And then, it's not so much that he put it all together and did it. The thing is that, he tried to pull a Willy Wonka type thing with the golden ticket and stuff like that, which is really, really cool, right?
Yeah.
And, he was giving away AF-15s, I think, and, high grade Marvel Spotlight number 5s and some other major keys and stuff like that to incite people to buy, to buy into the gimmick,
Right.
It's so much. I even bought a pack, what I'm saying? Somebody was still selling them. There's still some golden tickets out there, Charlie, there was some tickets still out there. And I ended up buying one of the packs. As a matter of fact, I think I bought it. Didn't, the dude did a live a live ripping of it. Nothing came out. I don't collect that modern stuff or whatever. I actually gifted it to you. I sent those comics to you. But it was pretty interesting how he kind of broke it down, though.
So full disclosure, we're going to take not a quick break, but so he sent me the books, and I'm embarrassed to say this. I can't find them. And I appreciate the thought. He's a very good friend. I appreciate the thought alone. And I've received a few boxes of raw books over the past couple of weeks. And the security camera from my house shows me picking up a book that was dropped off by UPS, bringing it inside. And then same thing with my girlfriend. She another book that he sent me 2 boxes. I almost broke my damn hand on his desk. Sent another box. We see her picking up the book, bringing it inside. So this book that he sent me, this from Bry's Comics, which I would love to see, is somewhere in here, and I don't know where it is. And it's driving me crazy. So I apologize, but I do appreciate that. As a matter of fact, to show you what a good friend he is, there's 2 people I could call like their brothers.
You got to save it for the hyper haul if it's books you're trying to show now.
Yeah, well, no, yeah. So stay tuned because he sent me some other stuff that's really hot. There's some serious hotness I'm going to share with you later. But yeah, so I apologize, man. I'm going to keep looking. It's got to be in here. It shows us bringing the box in. Where this box is, I have no fucking idea.
The cat took it. It's in the litter box.
It bothered me so much that I was going through all my collection and just taking pictures of stuff saying, is this what you sent? Because he was trying to make it a surprise, which I can understand why. I would have been off the wall with that. He's like, no, I sent you that like 2 years ago. I'm like, what about this one? I did that last year. I'm like, I don't know where this fucking book is. Like, it's just, anyway, but get back to Bry's. But so many thanks, bro. Appreciate you doing that. I will find that book. But, to go back to what Bry's, like Darnell said, the juice was worth the squeeze. He spent hours upon hours. I mean, he broke down how he had to buy the little pouches to put them in. and then the company made him have to like over order 15% or some crazy number like that of pouches, and he's like, why? I only need X, Y, and Z amount, maybe 10 or 20 more, but why don't you all? So it just shows a breakdown that I think he must have spent like, I don't know, like over $100,000 on this. And the most important thing that I want to share with you, Darnell, because you're always saying, I want to get Kunka to do a commission for me. So check this out. I thought that you can just go to an artist, pay them, hire them, whatever it is, and do a cover commission, whatever it is that they do. It doesn't work like that. These guys are all under contract with said companies like Marvel, DC, Dynamite, whatever they're doing for certain titles. So when Bryce said, I want X, Y, and Z artists to do these covers, Marvel said, no, they're busy. You can use this one, this guy, and this guy. And he was like, I don't want those guys. I got a perfect idea for cover. This guy's art would fit that, and it would market the book better. They're like, no, you can have that guy and that guy. So, we all think about doing things in life to where, it might seem easy or it might seem feasible. I'm like, I just got to pay this artist $10,000. I'm good to go. Doesn't matter. If they're under contract, so they have certain things with Marvel, you can't get them.
I wanted a commission, right? I wasn't trying to do a comic book cover for a comic book to sell.
I'm just saying, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah, but there's a lot of licensing and stuff like that to go through, whatever. I looked at I didn't thumb through any of the books. I got them. I kind of looked at the covers, and the covers are really, really nice. But I didn't actually thumb through them to see kind of what was going on in there and stuff like that. I wanted to get them to you virgin, what I'm saying, without being thumbed with or whatever, without being fingered, what I'm saying.
Who violated this book? I see Donald's fingerprint on there.
I want to make sure that I got the books to you in a good way, right?
Damn.
But I just thought it was interesting, his journey with that, and watching the video, the YouTube video that he did. It just seemed like he was getting tired, kind of explaining it, because he's kind of like reminiscing, like, man, you just don't believe it. He had to hire some people. They actually had to get another office or something like that to for them to work. Yeah, for them to work in and all kinds of stuff like that. He says, man, it was a lot of work,
And when they delivered the pallet of books, a lot of them were damaged. Like the boxes were the books were busting out the box. Like he goes,
yeah. He actually did pictures of the books coming out the box.
I'm like, he's like, I think I aged 20 years because I'll never do this again. So
yeah,
yo, Bri, hats off to you, man. I mean, you're a baller, bro. Like it took courage to do that. It's something I've always wanted to do. I know Darnell and I spoke about things like that. We never thought it was that involved.
He didn't, according to him, he did not sell as many as he thought he was going to sell with the gimmick that he had, right? Because I want to say that X-Men 97, that damn thing sold tons.
Right.
It sold quite a bit, and there was no extra gimmick in there except for like rarity, what I'm saying, of a particular print or something like that. But he was actually giving away some substance. He's actually giving away, you had a chance to win something, what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, you open it up, get a golden ticket. Now you got a Fantastic Four #1 or, AF-15 or whatever, man. I would think that people be jumping all on top of that.
Yeah, I definitely like this gimmick a lot better. I think with comic book collectors, from what I see, a lot of people looking for instant gratification. I mean, that's everybody in life, right? It's not just comic book collectors. So with these special packs that Marvel create, whether it's the X-Men 97, the Marvel 24 packs, the Hulk pack, whatever they are, it's instant because inside that pack, you know that you're going to get something. It might not be what you want, but okay, if I don't get the gold foil, the silver foil is not that bad. If I'm dropping $50, $60 because that's going to pay for it by itself, but you get 2 extra comics in there, a version and possibly a trade. Or, wow, I just won the Prism. That's a $200-$300 book. I paid $80 for a pack. The gold is only 300 in existence. And there were a couple in his last pack, this Captain America pack, where there's only one of them. It was like a special sketch that the dude did. It's just one. They don't even have it on the list. So there's just some instant gratifications with these packs compared to, like you said, the golden ticket. Now you're like, well, how many tickets are there? And if there's 4,500 and he's got like 10 giveaways, yeah, it's a nice prize, but really it's only for 10 winners. Whereas when you're printing 15,000 of these books and dividing them up however which way you want, 400 this, 400 that, 300 this, at least there's 300 prisms, there's 250 golds, there's 10 reds. It's a much better.
I would like to talk to the guy that open up the bag and what AF-15, what what I'm saying, and him clamoring to reach out to do this is the ticket, man, send me my book, and next man, you're getting a $20,000-$30,000 book and stuff like that, for a couple $100. I mean, lightning does strike. People do win the lottery. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I just thought that, especially the whatnot community, what I'm saying, would have, jumped all over that, and he should have sold every last one of them. But I guess it's not the case.
I don't know if he sold it on Whatnot though. I
bought it on Whatnot.
So I think how you got it was maybe somebody I forget how he sold it. Forgive me, people, for not remembering. He sold it on his site, on his website. So
yes. Yeah, that's right. So
somebody from Whatnot must have bought a few or whatever and then put it on their show.
Yeah. But he did say that, people went to the site, people bought so many books or whatever. Right. I mean, if I had money, what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, I buy some, I'll sell some. Man, I get them damn rip, dump. I got the ticket, and then kind of sell all the other books kind of raw. You know what I'm saying?
You're like that dude, bro. What's that movie where the dude was just at the convenience store just scratch offs? He worked there. He was just and people walking in just stealing milk, cookies. Right. He's at the register just scratch. I'm like, bro, you gotta pay for those.
Yeah, man, I'll pay for everything after I win. Once I win $1 million and stuff like that, I can pay for all these things, right? That's just let me win. You know what I'm saying?
You're terrible. But my luck, I'd be $50,000 later. I'm like, man, I didn't win jack shit.
Yeah, it would be tempting, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, how much you selling them for? It's all right, man. If I won one of the major books, what's the work? You know what I'm saying? You kind of do the math. I'm like, damn, man, even if I win the lesser major book and I spent X amount of dollars, I still come out ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because I can turn around and sell the book, make a profit with it. But good on him, man. The comic book community needs risk takers, right? I hate to say it, that are doing different things to kind of keep the hobby alive, keep it moving and stuff. I'm kind of sad, where comic books have gone from no, it's just everything is kind of based on the cover of something, right? Everything's kind of based on the cover and the gimmicky cover, or which artist did the cover, not necessarily interior, and not necessarily the storyline and things of that nature, right? So you go from the gold, not necessarily the golden age so much, except for Superman and Batman, but when you got into the Bronze Age and stuff, first appearance really meant something. Different parts of the storyline really meant something, right? Where nowadays it's okay, storyline cool, first appearance of who, not a problem, but everybody's just kind of cover swiping, right? So they're not doing those packs for the story. People aren't necessarily buying packs for the story. They're buying the packs based on who did the artwork. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or the rarity of the blood cover or the gold cover or the whatever cover, right? So I'm really sad that there's not more emphasis on the great storytelling that's in a comic book to compel you. I don't care what the cover really. It has to be good artwork, of course, but I'm really into the story. I want to read this story, not necessarily this kind of I got me a brand new comic. It looks great. Let me go ahead, slab it, and put it on the wall.
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. I mean, I look at the market and listen, I contribute to the nonsense that's going on. I'm the first to tell you. I mean, everything now is just a foil cover. So it's the same cover of the original or remake, but just foil. And if you look back through history in the mid to late 90s, those foils kind of destroyed the comic book industry. They kind of a downward spiral. And here we go, people doubling down the same bullshit again. Like I said, I'll be the first to tell you, I like some of those covers. I do buy some of them. They intrigue me. But it's not because I'm buying it for, like, I know it's going to have value. I just go, wow, that's a pretty cool foil. It ain't going to be amount to shit, but I'm going to throw it in my collection. Like, It's not for resale or to trade. It's like, that's a pretty cool X-Men #1 by Jim Lee cover. That's foil. I got 3 of them. I got the 4th set from a certain comic book distributor online. So, it's just more for nostalgic purposes for me. It's not for resale. They'll never mount to shit because, like I said, the same thing that destroyed the comic book industry in the 90s is coming back again. And that very much, I'm not sure if it scares you. It scares me because, like you said, we do need risk takers like Bry's Comics going out on the limb, taking a chance, doing something different to keep this hobby alive because there's just shenanigans going on, man. There's just too many shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
So I agree with you 100%. On further notice, did you hear that Jason Momoa is going to be the intergalactic bounty hunter called Lobo?
I mean, I guess, what I'm saying, he kind of fits the bill for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can see him as Lobo.
I see him as Khal Drogo, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll always see him as Khal Drogo, right? I mean, it's like, remember that TV show Krypton?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It had like a little Lobo character in there. Remember that towards like the end of it? He wasn't, a bad take on the Lobo character.
Right.
Do I see like, Jason Momoa going from Aquaman to damn Lobo? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Have his hair all wild and put the little shades on him or something like that. Give him like the motorcycle or whatever, or something like that. And he rides. I think he's feral, like Jason Momoa's feral like that, so it works. I mean, to me, the perfect role for him, for me, just as a movie buff and comic book aficionado, to me, his best role, if they could have did it right, would have been Kraven the Hunter.
Oh yeah.
I can really see, his attitude, what I'm saying, with the whole Kraven the Hunter thing. And, of course, Sony, went in a different direction. I'm not saying that the guy didn't play a good character, as far as Kraven.
The dude that played Kraven was the guy from Kick-Ass, the kid from Kick-Ass.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So, I thought that, Jason Momoa would have probably fit that role much, much better. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, we're talking about what, May 2026 or whatever, whenever that's going to happen. He's supposed to do it with Supergirl or whatever, that whole movie thing, whatever. Right. I mean, I'm trying to see exactly how good this Superman movie is going to do with James Gunn's deal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to make a comment about it until it comes out and sees it, but how am I feeling about it? Because everybody like Henry Cavill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody is like that dude. You know what I'm saying?
He just brought him back and called it a day.
Yes, could bring it back and call it a day. At least you'll get those Henry Cavill fans, The dude playing Superman now, like, who is he again?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you save some money because you're not paying him as like a super A-list actor or something like that, where you would pay Henry Cavill like, hey man, I need that Superman money that I was getting before right now plus more, because you need me more than I need you.
Right.
I'll just, it'll just be hard. It's just like, when they try to recast Superman after Christopher Reeves and stuff like that, man, it was hard to swallow. It just took a lot. You know what I'm saying? The director, the producer, the writers really had to do a really, really good job, man, to, move you away from what the norm was. It's even like with what's his name playing Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With Patterson or whatever, the dude from Twilight or whatever.
Oh, well, him I like, bro.
But still, after you watch him, it's like, okay, this kind of works. But you just saw him being a vampire from Twilight.
Yeah, but see, I wasn't gonna say it until I saw it, bro. And I'm telling you right now, hands down, that scene when he comes out the subway and you just hear doof, doof from the boots, and these dudes that's the best scene. People watch that and just feel the dramatization of that moment, bro, and live in that.
No, when he was beating that guy's ass, he just kept.
You know,
and people like kind of watching, like, dude, this dude is brutal and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Hell yeah, man. That movie.
I mean,
that's the best Batman movie I've seen so far.
I mean, but to me, that movie is a little bit too grounded.
Yeah,
they're just too grounded and stuff. Because now, if you're trying to bring elements of Superman, or you're trying to bring elements of whatever into there, it's going to be a hard sell. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So more than likely, he's going to have to go the Ryan way, or Nolan, the Chris Nolan or whatever way, to just kind of keep it all grounded. And there's no Man of Steel in this particular universe or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or in whatever Earth this is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Lobo, Jason Momoa, I'm not very excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like Jason Momoa. That's my dude or whatever. But him being Lobo and stuff like that is not going to sway me. You know what I'm saying? There are other characters. I was like, hey, man, I see how you doing this, but not necessarily Lobo.
Right. No, I agree. Well, listen, that's it's a good take on it. Like I said, I wish Jason Momoa well. Like I said, I'm not too excited about the Superman movie. I am a big Henry Cavill fan. They could have gone, I think, other directions with that. Superman is a character that if you don't give him depth in the character, it's not really a good story, man. It's just not. So maybe I won't talk until I see it, but let's just see what happens with that movie and go from there. But I see where you're going with this. So we'll see.
And then they're going back. It seems like James Gunn's going back to the bumbling, the bumbling, Clark Kent reporter with the glasses and the crazy looking hair and the weird, personality and stuff like that to try to hide his identity and stuff. I mean, let's just see how it works, man. But I don't think that Gunn is going to have the same magic that he had with
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I hope he does. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a travesty to make bad adaptations of comic book characters and stuff like that. Just drives people away. I hope it's hot. Prove me wrong, please. I want to be wrong.
But we talked about this on previous shows. Just like Marvel's got something great right now with X-Men 97, the remake of the cartoon. And just because some dude might not live a certain lifestyle that you might agree with, you're willing to sabotage that creativity that he's made or fight him on keeping it traditional to what the true fans remembered as a child growing up because it doesn't fit your special article of clothing. Get out of here, man. Like, you have gold right now.
At the end of the day, man, there's too many hands in the soup. You know what I'm saying? Too many people in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And then, you just say you have a creative team. Hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. This is going to be hot. It's going to be spectacle. You got that one dude. Well, what about the money?
That's what it comes down to.
What about the money?
What about
that's all great and all, man. But how do we monetize this? You know what I'm saying? How do we make toys and things of that nature? You know what I'm saying? And those guys get in there and they start messing everything up. Let the artists be artists. You know what I'm saying? Let whatever they're creating come from the heart.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then,
and the money will come, trust me.
Yeah, if something is real, you know what I'm saying? People will gravitate to realness. They just will. When something looks kind of pre-manufactured and you're trying to check boxes to do certain things or whatever, hopefully it's going to put butts in seats or empty in toy shelves or something like that, man. It's just like, all right, man, it's all this BS. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you did have that you could have made something great, you just kind of just mess it all up. And that's what Disney did to Star Wars. I was watching before we get to the hyperhaul, I was watching it was like on YouTube, it was like a expose about Return of the Jedi and when it came out in the whole nine. And there were times where when these blockbuster movies came out, that's why they called them blockbusters, because you had people in line going around the building to buy tickets for these movies.
Yep. I remember those
What I'm
days.
saying? So they call it a blockbuster, right? It just doesn't happen anymore. I mean, yes, times have changed. Everybody got big screen TVs in their house and things of that nature. But the bottom line is that the magic of going to a movie is pretty lost because of the shallowness of the product that Hollywood's been putting out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If you really made a really, really good movie that actually came from, the creators' hearts and stuff like that, you would have people, hey man, let's go to the screen. Let's go back to the screens because I want to share this with people. It's like kind of like going to a concert.
Right.
You go to a music concert or whatever to see whomever and stuff like that. Man, you got the CD, you know what I'm saying, playing in your car 24/7. You know what I'm saying? You can watch the videos on TV anytime you want. Why do you need to be at a concert? Yep. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be there for the magic of the performance. You want to be there, the magic of, of the crowd or whatever. Like when Michael Jackson used to perform, the girls are screaming and fainting and all kinds of stuff like that. Like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I'm saying? but it was just real. Now everything is just, it's not real anymore, man. There's no heart.
It's overproduced, bro.
There's no soul to it, to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, as we get on a little soapbox about other things.
No. I was eating it up, man. I value the same opinions. So you're not lying. You're telling the truth on how things are just way too overproduced. It's not organic. Yeah. But real quick before we go into the hypo, guys, for those of you going to C2E2, they do have on-site grading. That's just want to let you know.
I mean, if you're trying to go to Chirac, you're trying to go. I mean, I'm not a really Chicago guy. You know what I'm saying?
Good food though. Good food.
I mean, it's good. There's good food in Philly too, man. We ain't hanging out in Philly like that. You know what I'm saying?
So, Philly cheese.
I mean, even when we're in Baltimore and stuff like that, we make sure we kind of like get off the street before the street lights come on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that crab place you try to take us to, it's now closed by 5 o'clock. We're like, dude, come on, man.
There's probably a reason, right?
I'm just saying, man, we just get out the con at 5 o'clock, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man,
oh, God.
like please and stuff, man. People start closing their shutters and stuff like that, man.
It's open until 7 o'clock, man. What the hell happened to Baltimore?
Man, so nah. But anywho, you ready for the hyper hall?
Yeah, we're gonna do the hyper hall.
Get the music queuing.
One more. Hold the music. Hold the music, Mr. Producer. 1 second. Those of you who are City of Hero fans, I know it's not new news. I know that this was my game back in the day, bro. I'm talking hours upon hours upon hours. I don't even think I went to work sometimes, bro. I mean, even my coworkers in New Jersey had gaming servers that we were playing. Like, you don't even want to know what we did. But this game, I think Darnell's got some news. I guess it's been back since January or something like that, or December.
Yeah. There was some guys that were running kind of like maybe like a pirate site on it.
Wait a minute, is this legal? We'll tell them to go get?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of questionable back then, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So these guys are kind of going under the radar, and they had built this community up. This is like kind of like Star Wars Galaxies.
Okay.
Right. That's still a game you can download and still play. They have servers and stuff with people on there playing Star Wars Galaxies. But I want to say sometime in early to mid-January, I guess NCSoft, who created City Heroes, gave these guys the liberty or the license and to kind of do it overtly now. So they got servers and stuff back up. So, maybe I'll see, if I can get on in there and build me another superhero. But it'd be kind of cool. But I don't think they held any of NCSoft's like account information or whatever. They probably build a whole new account. I don't think they just gave them the keys to because you would have gave
that makes sense.
You would have gave them people's personal information.
Right.
Email addresses, names, all that kind of stuff. So, So, I mean, it'll be fun to go back in there and get the blasting and run around with Liberty City, I guess it's called, or something like that.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? But, another superhero game that I think I'm going to start playing again was DC Online.
Oh, yeah?
You never played that?
I played it like once or twice. It was, how do I say this? I'm like, this is the poor man's City of Heroes, bro. Like I saw the attempt of it, and I was like, come on, man.
No, I don't know, man. I think.
Really?
I mean, it's good. Hey, we'll look at it. DC Online is still going on. City of Heroes is not.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to check it out.
No, man. It's pretty tight, man. It's a pretty tight game and stuff. It'll probably take a little bit of time to get back into swinging things and stuff. I think I still have it on my PlayStation account, right? Because you can play on PlayStation. Get back into swinging things, but maybe, So
I got to have it on PC.
Yeah, I think it's on PC. I think it's on PC. It's no, maybe so, but I know it's on PlayStation. So I could just get my account good and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
I'll check that out. But I'm super excited. So those of you guys that are City Hero fans, like how we were, check it out, man. If it's back up, people are back in business. Let's sign up and play. But now, thank you, Mr. Producer. I hear the music. It's coming up. you right on cue. I didn't have to say it. Right on cue. Thank you. So, yeah. So let me start first. My boy sent me some books, man. Really appreciative of these books. I'm not going to show this one. It's kind of racy. But check this out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Go ahead, put some stickies on that.
Check this out, people. Thundercats. Oh, Lionel newsstand. Lionel. You got me 1 through 3, folks. I haven't even opened the bag yet. I'm waiting for some Mylars to come. To put this sucker in. But man, this is really cool, man. I appreciate this.
Yeah, those are probably 9-8 candidates. Nice. I was at a little con and stuff like that, and a guy had a box of them damn things. Yeah, he had a box of them, man. He had all of the little packy thingies, the little multi-packs or whatever. He had a bunch of them. He had that one. He had like a multi-pack for Long Shot. He had a multi-pack for Kitty Pryde and Wolverine. You know what I'm saying?
What?
The limited series pack. He didn't have the one I was really looking for. I'm really looking for Magic. That's that 1 in 4 limited series, because I'm trying to do up my little trifecta for that, or quadfecta, 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I grabbed that, and then I was gonna Crescent and grade it, but I said, hey man, let me pay it forward to my boy. There it is. So I think those are, if it comes back at 9.8, it's probably like a $500 book.
Damn, good looking out, bro. I appreciate it. I know you sent me a 9.6 the other day, slabbed, so I appreciate that one too. But thank you so much. I love that. I love Thundercats. There must be a Thundercat remake going on, because there's a lot of stuff going on with Thundercats. So there's something probably coming. He also sent me this, some Magic.
Yeah, that's nice.
Sign. It's got the COA in the back, folks.
I'm there it is. There it is.
So good looking out.
I'm sucking for Magic.
Yeah. I sent you some Magic books. Then I went on this Invincible kick. I've been collecting Invincible. I'm not sure what's going on with me, but because I really like the cartoon. That's 54, and I got 52. 52. Like this one. So we're just heavy.
You sure didn't show those last week?
Did I? I don't think so. That could have been last week. Could it have been?
Mm-hmm.
Could have been. My double showing books.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically my haul right now. That's it. I don't have anything.
That's
crazy.
it. Come on, bro. Yeah, man. I cannot be the single point of failure.
I got some classic stuff you sent me. You sent me this. Some more new.
I sent you that like 3 years ago.
Sent me some newsstand goodness. I don't think I ever showed these though. More newsstand goodness right here. It's Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man #1.
I sent that to you.
Yeah. Classic. Damn. Classic.
I'm just giving away the good shit.
Classic newsstand. Yeah. So I've got that, but like yeah. So no, but 1,000 thanks. So thank you.
Man, you got that's the word. I'm gonna send you some more tracking numbers. I got some more stuff coming your way.
I'm gonna have to set up a post office box for that.
Nah, bro. From now on, you got to sign for the shit now.
Listen, please do that. Please do that.
So for me, I got a pretty decent haul.
Okay, let's see it.
So
let's see what you got.
The theme. I got some. I got what I'll just show. So first thing I'll show is pick this up.
Nice. Avengers King. Nice.
Yep. First Kang the Conqueror.
That's beautiful. That's a great
that up. Just decent. Just a decent copy. I mean, might be a 6.65 or something like that. I'm not totally sure I'm gonna do with it. It was fair price. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. And then I got some pre-code horror, some books I have been looking for on the pre-code horror side. Pick that up.
Crime and suspense stories. Love that red with the white writing. Very creative, man. I love those covers.
Yeah, old boy's burying her.
That Mylar makes it pop.
Yeah, but then I got this one here that now she's burying him.
As my grandma would say, was good for the goose, bro.
So I mean, this one actually got like popped out of this is like it was in an old CGC case or whatever.
Oh,
so kind of popped it out. Nice. I'm gonna press and clean it and see if I can get a better grade on this.
Cool. Nice cover.
I mean, we I don't know if we had a discussion. I think early on when we first started the show that I have an affinity with two artists back from the golden age. A guy named Matt Baker and another one named A.C. Hollingsworth. And what's significant about these two guys is that they were black and they were drawing comic books back there in the early 50s and stuff like that. Nobody knew, but these guys are drawing. So I picked up some golden age books from them. Even though there's no artist listed on this one, I'm thinking thinking that this one's Matt Baker.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Got a little bondage on it. And as a matter of fact, the CGC label is wrong because usually when they have bondage in there, they'll put bondage cover. I mean, come on, man. Look at this broad. She like tied up, gagged, and the whole nine. And you trying to tell me, man, that's not bondage?
But okay. on the CGC label, it doesn't say Matt
Baker.
No.
This is not. My bad. This is not Matt Baker. This is A.C. Hollingsworth. And as a matter of fact, CGC in their divine wisdom did not put the artist there. But check this shit out.
I see. Yeah.
Incredible. Anyway, A.C. Hollingsworth. Got another one. I've had this one before. Got it again. I think this is a better grade than I had before. You know what I'm saying? So this is a black guy drawing white women being tied up, choked out, beat up, drowned, stuff like that, man. Guess what would happen to that guy if the racist the real racist got a hold of him or whatever? Probably would have lynched him.
With that wire, with that piano.
Yeah, with the wire and stuff like that. I'm thinking this one was a Matt Baker cover, I think.
Yep. That one's nice
Crime
too.
Mysteries. Old girl plugged him, shot him in the head. See a little bullet in his head and stuff like that.
Oh shit.
And then I got a couple of other ones by Matt Baker. There's another one.
I like that one. That one's nice.
Yeah.
Crime Reporter. Nice.
Yeah. Old boy, old girl's getting the hell up out of there, and he taking shots at her.
Come on back.
In the lingerie and the whole thing, and they actually use this cover or use this book in their little Sodi Seduction of the Innocents or whatever.
Oh Lord.
They actually use that, so that's cool. So I got one you might really like.
Okay. No, I like those two. I've got that raw. Not in a newsstand though. That's a great cover. I picked mine up from Near Mint Plus. Nice. Great cover. Newsstand. That's a good one.
Here's one you might like.
Oh, is that the number one?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is worth mad money, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that's worth money.
I mean, I don't have his first appearance.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was in like some magazine or some shit like that or whatever.
Right.
But I got his first appearance in comic books.
But that thing came out a while back, and man, that book shot up like crazy.
It's based on the comic market and stuff like that. It's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? It's still a little bit pricey.
Right.
And the last one I got was a book that I have been trying to get for the longest time. It has eluded me. Very very difficult to get in a 9/8 grade and in a newsstand. And then I have I had 3 of them. I have it's a limited series. So I got 1, 2, and 4. Well, due to the nature of this cover, it's extremely hard to get this book in a 9/8.
I know exactly what it is. Wolverine. Because that cover is black. I've heard you complain about that. In a newsstand, dude.
Right, so it's really hard. It's eluding me. So now I've 2 of the limited series that I've been trying to complete in newsstand. I've completed. There's 1 more that I'm trying to complete. That's taking them. It's going to be much harder to do. I have the Long Shot limited series. I got that 1 through 6 newsstand, not a problem. And then now finally I finished the Wolverine limited series 1 through 4, all newsstand. So now I'm working on the Magic limited series 1 through 4. I want to say I have 1 and 3 or something like that.
Right.
But they're like really hard to find. There's a lot of books out there, but none of them are 9/8 candidates and stuff like that. So, that was my haul.
Very good haul, man. Love that haul. I love the Wolverine was great at the back, and I like the Crime Reporter. That one's nice. I like that cover. So
I don't know if I'm going to keep them. You know what I'm saying? I may use some of the pre-code or go. It's not even like pre-code. It's not, a couple of them are horror. The crime suspense stories are kind of horror, but the crime stuff is just golden age crime, right?
Right.
I'm not sure if I want to keep them or not. I know that, I want to try to, get a collection of A.C. Hollingsworth and Matt Baker books and stuff like that. So it just all depends. Maybe if I'm down in Baltimore, I'll take them, see if I can trade up to, maybe a higher grade or something like that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, I mean, is that the goal, is to collect the A.C. Hollingsworth and the Matt Baker, kind of build like a collection around those two?
Yeah, but I want to try to get them in like, in ultra high grade. I mean, 4 5s and 5s, they're not necessarily like, those are good grades. They're good grades, for how old they are. But I would like to have them like in the 6. I'm saying, I like to have a little bit better than average, right? So
I was gonna say, man, once you start moving in 6 and 7s, bro, those books start getting like, down payments for a car or a house.
Yeah, no, they do, and they're really rare. You know what I'm saying? Right. So even my friend of mine, Damien, my golden age guru and stuff like that, when I sent him pictures of the books and said, "Oh man, those are good grades for those books. Those are really good grades." So if that's coming from him, that says a lot.
Right.
But yeah.
Nice. Well, folks, we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We try and give you something new every week, something different. We were going to talk about Diamond, but I was like, what? Forget Diamond. And once Darnell brought up a couple things about Lobo, and we're talking about Bry's comics, we figured we'd give you a little inside behind the scenes. Go check out Bry's YouTube show.
Yeah, we'll try to put the link in the
check it out.
Give him a little bit of justice. We don't know the guy. So it's not like some sort of shameless plug for him and stuff like that. If we see somebody doing something kind of unique and good in the community, we'll just talk about it.
We got to give them props. Like I said, we need more people taking chances. But listen, we'll see you again next week. Appreciate you guys as always. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment.
Yep.
Listen, Darnell is itching to give away some books. I guess y'all don't want to. I guess you don't want the hire. So don't comment.
I mean, the only books I can give away are the books I got. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I got a bunch of drudge or, a bunch of rags in my book. Like, ooh, you're going to win something. And the cost to ship it to somebody is worth more than the book. You know what I'm saying? What you see is what I have to give away, so.
Listen, comment. I'll send you an X-Force 173.
Wow. Wow, this guy.
Comment. I'll see an X-Men 390. $3.98.
Nah,
Just how
man.
much I care. Just how much I care about you guys because you guys are commenting. So listen. Once you start commenting, then you gotta get your X-Men #1. All right, cool.
Hey, all I have is, like I said, was what I have. You know what I'm saying? So, I could send you some pre-code stuff. I could send you some Golden Age stuff. I could send you, some of the slabs I have and stuff like that. Anything I send a subscriber or something like that is going to be of some constant. It's going to be real. You know what I'm saying? Not like, damn, they weren't just, trying to empty out their boxes of just laying around comic books. They sent something that's worth something.
My God, somebody ran this one over and then threw it outside. Nah,
No.
Donna's got great books, bro. Great books. So make sure you just stay tuned, see what we're doing, check us out, check out a couple of the people we're talking about, making a difference. But more importantly, just enjoy the content. We're just two guys here shooting the shit, talking to breeze about the stuff we like to do. Hopefully you like to hear about it. Guys, thank you always. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
Exactly. That's classic. I love that one.